Today I'm going to be talking about Bangkok, Thailand. I traveled with a friend of mine who actually worked in Bangkok. She worked teaching English. Told her that I really want to go to Thailand. She happily offered to accompany me, and I'm so glad that she did because it was my first time traveling to Asia. I was really happy to have somebody that's been there, knows about the culture and the place. Everything shocked me on this trip. So many people, so many tourists. I have a friend that married a lovely Thai lady and that lives in the capital, Ayutthaya now. And I told him that I was visiting and he offered to come pick me up at the airport. And I guess he was just happy to have other South Africans come visit. So he picked us up and there was just so much traffic. I was shocked by the traffic and the congestion. This airport was so huge and it took a while. It took so long, maybe 3 hours just to get through immigration. And then one thing that shocked me was that what they did was they have double parking. He moved like 3 cars around just so that he could get a parking spot. So that was really funny and shocking because I couldn't imagine that they would have a system like this in South Africa. It was also my first time staying in a hostel. Firstly, we managed to find this hostel that was only like $3 a night. And they have them everywhere. Like you can go on any website and then just look for the cheapest hostel and you'll find similar prices. And then our room basically had, it was a small room, but it could fit 16 people because it had double beds. It wasn't that bad actually. They offered complimentary breakfast, which was fried rice, and complimentary coffee. The only downside was that they only had one shower. So every day and every morning and every evening there was a queue for the shower. But it actually went quite quick because most people just took like really quick showers and they were quite considerate. So my friend used to work at a school there and she found out while she was working there, she found out that there's about 6 or so South Africans that are in a prison who visit them and go give them some chocolates. She actually stays in contact with them. She writes them letters. She went in 2017 and quick update. None of them are in that prison any longer. Staying in an area called Chatuchak, which was close to the prison so that we could go visit them. The other 3 days, my friend was catching up with other teachers that she had met um, while she was working there. And then she also just wanted to show me around Bangkok. It's a really big city, so you obviously need more time if you want to see and do everything. Spent one evening at Ayutthaya, which is a like a mall, an open mall slash market. You can call it a fancy market, but there's actually shops, so it's like a mall. And then they also have like rides, like a big wheel, and they have entertainment and restaurants. Then we also went to a couple of temples. There's temples everywhere. A few museums. Um, they were either free or cost like nothing, a few cents. And then we went to this one Reclining Buddha museum, which was really interesting. Like nothing that I've ever seen before. It was this massive Buddha laying on its side, and the inside of the temple is gorgeous. And you have to cover yourself, so you have to cover your arms and your legs. So they usually sell like thin pants outside or scarves that you could use. Basically, it was just always busy and always full, lots of people. Um, there were all kinds of markets everywhere, a big flower market, um, a seafood market, other food markets where you could find everything. I once saw this market where they were selling grouper, and they actually had this massive grouper displayed at the front of the market. And then besides the markets, they also just have people all the time, everywhere you go, selling stuff. So they'll either be selling stuff in a basket that they push around, or baskets that they carry, or off the back of the truck. Locals with like a little gas stove selling cakes, things that you can eat quickly. Monks everywhere walking around. And I guess it's different depending on where you stay. But the area that we stayed was really congested, and this was also very shocking for me that it was so congested that there was actually like a layer of smog in the air, and I had to go to a pharmacy just so that I could get something. Luckily, I could use Google Translate just so that I could explain to them that I can't breathe because of the dirt and the smog in the air, and I need something to like get the dust off my chest. One thing I can say is that you can pretty much find anything when you don't need a prescription at the pharmacy. I was shocked at the prices, like everything was really cheap. You'd think that because there's so many tourists and expats that they would maybe raise their prices, but everything was so cheap. Like the locals don't change their prices just for the people. The thing that also shocked me was at the different food stalls or whatever on every corner, they would have people washing the plates and the pots that they used to cook with in buckets in the street. So if you're not used to a lot of people or big cities or things like this, I didn't even know about culture shock. But going to Bangkok, I had culture shock, and I was just so happy to be with somebody that knows the streets and um, knows the place, knows the culture, knows how to deal with the people. Another thing that shocked me was basically just how like organized it is. So it's chaotic, but the organized chaos. If you wanted to travel anywhere, they they have a way for you to get there, and it's very organized, and you can trust them. And there's a river that runs in the middle of Bangkok, and they even have like taxi boats that you can use to get from one place to the other. It's actually quite quick because it's just along the river. แล้วกูยังไม่กดที่แรกเลยกดได้ห้องเดียวไอ้สัตว์อีกห้องนึงกดไม่ได้เหี้ยกูก็รีบโดดมาเลยมันมาไม่ได้มันอยู่แม่งฝั่งโน้นอ่ะยิงยาวแม่งเลยตัดไม่ต่อแล้วไอ้ต้นฮอตนะ So that was also quite shocking for me, but a reliable form of transport. And then they have tuk-tuk. So it was my first time in a tuk-tuk, which was also quite like easy and simple and cheap. And you could use that they were everywhere, and you could use that to get around. Or you could walk. They also have pink taxis, taxi cabs. Another thing that shocked me was how amazing the food was. Every food dish tasted so good. I don't remember the names. Probably can't even pronounce half the names, but every dish was really good. And fish was really cheap and really good. Also, the way that they cooked them, they put lemongrass and other herbs and spices in the fish, and then like cook them on the grill. It's very lively at night. Most of the skyscrapers have bars on the rooftop. We went to one of the rooftop bars one evening, mainly just so that we could see the views of the city. So that was really fun. And most of the bars are free to enter, and they serve food as well. Another thing that shocked me is that on the street, besides like the foods, and they sell eggs and rice and kebabs with chicken and pork and things like that, they also sell bugs. They eat worms and looks like water bugs, looks like cockroaches actually, but I think they're water bugs. And then like big grasshoppers and all kinds of bugs, and they eat it, and it's like a delicacy for them. I felt like for me, 4 days was enough. I'm not really a city person. After the fourth day, being in this busy environment, I was quite happy to go to a different destination. I'm so glad I got to travel with this friend of mine. A quick backstory, we actually used to work together in America. So we were roommates, we used to live together. She's the most fun friend ever, very calm and chill, lots of laughs. We never ran out of anything to talk about. She's a foodie. Was the one that actually got me to try all the good food, because she used to live there and buy from the market and cook and go eat out. So she knew exactly what to order off the menu, because most of the menus were in Thai. From Bangkok, we got a lift again from my friend. He came to pick us up at the hostel, and he took us to Ayutthaya. I hope that you like this video. Please like, share, comment, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you for watching.